You know this song?
Sunshine. Who is this?
Who do you think it is? Bay Area ties.
Boom, boom, boom.
The future is coming on. Come on, Bonte.
Future's coming on. Luis Matos is coming on.
Yeah.
And I got Sunshine. Who is this?
It's an animal. Some would say that humans kind of derived from them.
Gorillas? The gorillas?
Yeah.
Correct.
The gorillas.
Featuring.
What are humans? What is their technical name?
Citizens. Gorilla citizens. Gorillas. The gorillas in the mist.
Del the
Homo sapien.
Funky, but we'll accept it.
Funky. Yeah. Humans are funky.
Do you know the name of the song?
I do not.
Think of the mayor of Carmel.
Who's the mayor of Carmel?
Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry? Who's the mayor of Carmel?
Do you even know who that is?
Dirty Harry Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Come on.
I was staring into your soul, and I didn't think you knew what it was.
Come on. That song is okay.
I got Sunshine in a Bag.
That's a banger.
Come on, the future. It's here.
But it is here. By the way, Carlos Ramirez is blowing me up.
Why?
Are you excited? I'm listening right now. Don't forget, Formula One in Vegas. Formula One now in Vegas. Carlos on the pregame show coming up at NBC Sports Bay Area.
Exclusive sit down
with
from
Luis
months ago with
Matos.
Luis Matos.
Yeah, you
and
see
then
that?
Him breaking down last night on postgame. Yeah, I was texting with him, casually dropping that in there like he's you. You know, me and Mully were FaceTiming. Him and Matos, and he said, his family can't make it. I guess they don't have the appropriate paperwork or whatever to come see him. But that is really cool. Like, honestly,
really cool.
Luis Matos. Again, I hope I'm saying his name properly. I'll learn it at some point, and if I'm messing it up, I apologize. He has flown through the system. 21 years old, elite center fielder defensively. I think he can play all three of the outfield spots. The bat has arrived, clearly.
Right.
The opportunity presents itself. How many
playing.
think pieces did we see over the last couple of days? And this is where I always go, baseball figures it out. It's just injuries happen, decline. Something always happens to where an opportunity presents itself.
And it did. Mitch Henniger, fractured forearm. Who knows how long he's going to be out. And I'm sure the Giants will just ease. They'll tell Mitch Henniger to take his time. He came into the season injured. He's injured again. We kind of knew when he signed the deal that he was going to be injured. We didn't like the deal. Now I feel bad when I had that video today, Aaron Judge spurned the Giants, and I was like, well, we got Mitch Henniger, though. Mitch Henniger. Boy, that's not working out well. By the way, our first code word, because throughout the show today, we're giving you and a guest, a chance to go to Chase Center and attend the Warriors introductory press conference with the player they draft. We'll be showing you a keyword on YouTube and Twitch at certain points of the show, and you will qualify by texting those words to our short code. Get to YouTube and Twitch right now and watch for the keyword for your chance to win. And make sure you tune in now, between now and 9 o'clock. Each day we'll have a new keyword. Each show's keyword will be different. You have 9 chances to get the keyword, and here's your first chance. Here's your first chance for the keyword. Text that to 20357 if you're on YouTube and Twitch. I can't say anything, but text that word right there to 20357 and get a chance to go to the introductory press conference for the player the Warriors draft. You and the guest. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So now you got with the Giants, obviously Casey Schmidt. You've obviously got Patrick Bailey, he hit a ball last night right-handed that was just an absolute laser beam.
He needed that.
Yeah,
I think you may have needed that more than Casey Schmidt.
No, Casey Schmidt, that was to the right side with runners in. They both knocked in runs back-to-back. And then the Giants did another safety squeeze again with Brandon Crawford. I am loving small ball from Gabe Kapler.
So 5 straight road wins for the Giants.
God.
Winning the first 2 in St. Louis. There was a little brouhaha yesterday. Bitches cleared, but the Giants really did their thing. And how about Wynn getting a 4-inning save in his major league debut with his family from a town in Iowa full of 200 people.
So
and they were
cool.
there at Busch Stadium going crazy there.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun there for the Giants. We'll talk more about Matos after Georgia lost Matos. George, what's happening, my man? Long time no talk.
It's been a long time, man. And Bonte, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about golf and the experience that I went through because I know you're just starting to play, right?
Yep, just starting.
You know, I learned like a dummy. I started playing when I was 59 years old. And you're a lot younger man than me, so good for you. And the one thing that I learned is the biggest thing that made me really struggle so much is thinking that I was going to be great right off the bat. And it just doesn't work that way, man. It just doesn't. You just got to be patient. You got to get the right coach and have the guy understand you and realize that your swing is your swing. Don't try to make it look like what you see on TV with the big boys because only they swing badly.
It's true.
Yeah, no
your
doubt.
Swing and work it from the bottom up, man. Learn your short game first, and then your mid-irons, and don't worry about hitting the ball 300 yards down the fairway, man. Just take it one step at a time, and don't get frustrated, bro. You'll eventually get it, man.
I appreciate that.
Have a good time, man. Enjoy the game, brother.
Thank you, George. I need to hire you as my life coach. Seriously, get him on my payroll. Now, we'll have to take some of the funds from Matt Nahegan and 95.7 The Game, and maybe NBC can sprinkle something in there. But I need to – George could be my life coach because I do patience in golf. I get what people say about the sport. Even the short game, I was putting, and the greens were so fast, and they were running away.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, my gosh, it's going to be – and I could tell, driving home, I was taking some of the drives with me. Gosh, I can't believe I didn't hit that ball flush.
All it takes is one shot.
Gosh, I can't believe I didn't make that putt.
I know.
Boy, I can't believe I made that tap in. So I can already envision myself one day playing with all you guys, whether it's Coyote Creek, whether it's in Berkeley, whether it's the Contra Costa Country Club that I was at yesterday. I'm going to take away when I drive one into the trees or I quadruple bogey. It's going to bother me.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, and I never slice. Judge Smails, Caddyshack. It'll be one of your favorite movies of all
Look
time.
at his hat.
Caddyshack is good.
Looks good on you, though.
Caddyshack 2?
Gross.
Horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Horrible.
That's another movie they shouldn't have made a sequel
No,
with.
we didn't need one. Real quick on Luis Matos. This guy was signed at 16 years old. 16 years old. 2018.
Yeah.
Sabins, Evans, whoever you want to give credit to, flown through the minor leagues. Listen to what he did this year, Monte. 53 games between AA and AAA. He's batted .350 with a slash .414, .561, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 10 home runs, 15 stolen bases, 24 walks, only 20 strikeouts.
Damn. Are you excited? When's the last time you've been this excited for a prospect?
Wow.
Buster, Tim Lincecum, Pablo.
Buster, I was pretty freaking excited. Bumgarner was pretty freaking. I was pretty pumped for Bumgarner.
The excitement for Lincecum Day, I'll never forget. Sunday Night Baseball.
Cole Hamels.
Yeah, Sunday Night Baseball against the Philadelphia
7-5
Phillies.
game?
7-5 game. He didn't make it through the 5th inning, but Ryan Howard hit one off the bricks.
Well, it was Ryan Howard,
Chase
Ian
Utley,
Rollins,
Jimmy
right
Rollins.
out the rip.
Yeah, no doubt. But I was super excited for that start.
That was so much fun.
Posies was fun on a Saturday against the Diamondbacks. Go ahead, Lubman.
No, I just remember Lincecum, when he came out of the dugout that night, like, everyone gave him a standing ovation. I've never seen that. A guy making his debut, getting an ovation, coming out of the dugout for warm-ups. That's the only time I've ever seen that. Like, that's how big it was that night.
Posey, I was excited. I knew, it was like, all right, get the kid up. Can't believe Posey fell to number 5 to the Giants in that draft. But Lincecum was the last time I've been this excited about somebody. And now I think Luciano, when he comes up at some point, we'll be just as excited as we are today for Matos. Because I think the thing that has us so excited about Matos is what he's done over the last week. The 5 bombs.
Yeah.
The guy's just raking. And now we're starting to see the videos like, oh, my gosh, you don't even see where the ball is landing. And now one of the old guys, Mitch Haniger, which, let's be honest, when it comes to signing free agents, Farhan did not have a good offseason. Ross Stripling, Sean Manaea, Mitch Haniger, Jock Peterson. All right, Conforto's worked out. Michael Conforto's worked out.
Conforto.
The Rogers brothers worked out. Taylor Rogers, that's worked out fine. But overall, his signings haven't been great.
No, I agree with that. You know why I'm excited?
Why?
They've developed infielders. It feels like the one hole in the Giants for the last 40 years has been the outfield. I'm talking about developing an outfielder. They've developed pitchers. They've developed closers.
Right.
They've developed starters. They've developed infield players. I think they've actually done a pretty good job developing catchers, too. Like, look, Kurt Manwaring, kind of came out of nowhere. Like, even
Toriyaba.
Thank you. Had a decent run with the Giants and the Mariners. Like, they've developed a couple of those guys. We haven't had a legitimate outfielder since the early 80s with Chili Davis come through this system.
That is insane. Now, when you have a Barry Bonds,
Yeah,
You
great
don't
free
need to
agent
worry
signing.
about one position.
Bonte, for every-
and then Darren Lewis, I get all
But
that.
for every Barry Bonds, there's been how many Marquise
Yeah, no,
Grissom's
I agree.
and Steve Finleys?
I agree.
And-
Ellis Burks.
right?
Reggie Sanders.
Solid players.
Solid.
But they're rentals. Like Hunter Pence is a great example. Hunter Pence came here as a rental, all right? And he ended up making a career here, right? And he ended up, I don't know, maybe he's known more as a Giant than an Astro.
Right.
But it feels like to me he's a Giant.
Right.
Even though he didn't really start as a Giant. So I'm excited to see a young player come out of our system from the outfield.
21 years old. 21 years old, Luis Matos. And you look at what he did in 2019 in the Arizona Fall League. He stole a combined 42 bases, right? So then you look at 2021, because obviously 2020, the pandemic year, wipes everything away. He goes out of San Diego, San Jose, single A. He steals 21 bases, but he also hits 15 home runs and drives in 86 RBI. So this guy has power. He looks like a five-tool player. He has a good glove. So I'm eager to see in today's game where you see all these players run with the new pitch clock. Now you add this guy to the – and where's he going to bat?
21.
I would just, right off the rip, I might bat him up at the top of the order.
Well, think about this. Like,
Wouldn't you?
I mean, he's 21. I'd bat him 8th.
The hell with
Crawford
that.
9th.
The
What?
hell with that.
No, but like, hear me out, B. With Mac Williamson, he wasn't a real prospect.
No. Jared Parker?
Todd Linden, Dan Ortmeyer. I mean, these are just names I'm coming up with.
Nate
Lance Negro,
Shearholtz? What about Nasty
Shearholtz.
Nate?
Sure, great arm.
Nasty Nate.
Great arm. But like, the point that I'm going at here is that, like, slow play this one. Yeah, I hear you. You know, like, put him in the 8-hole or something to start with. I don't want him to be my double leadoff. Put him in the 8-hole, and let's just see where it goes. It feels like to me, not only is he going to be stellar defensively, but the speed is what. When was the last time the Giants had a legit speed guy in the outfield who could play every day?
So where's he batting with the AAA team?
3, 4, 5.
You know what,
That's a lot of
Shasky?
pressure.
That is, you know what? Right off the rip. I'm going Wade Jr. I'm flipping the game. I'm going Wade Jr. I'm going Estrada. I'm going Matos. The hell with
Come
that.
on, dog.
The hell
You're
with
not
that.
going in your first game batting third.
I know they're not going to do it, but what do you got to lose?
His
Go ahead, bat him
confidence.
third. He'll be all right. This guy's a stud. You probably watched him bat third.
What do you think the chances are he gets his first big lead hit today, if he plays today?
Against Jordan Montgomery?
And then they got the Dodgers this weekend. By the way, to start your career off, Cardinals-Dodgers.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Doesn't get any better than that.
So is the lineup out yet? The lineup's not out yet. Need that lineup. You may just get Matos, Schmidt, and Bailey batting back to back.
Here's a great stat from 650. I did not know this. Matos will become the second youngest position player at 21 years, 137 days, to debut for the Giants in the 21st century. The youngest, second-round pick Connor Gillespie.
Wow. Also 650. I still say trade everyone at the deadline. Henniker, Conforto, Peterson.
No, I
Bart,
want to keep
and Cobb.
Conforto.
They could get 5 prospects or more and really build a core.
You're not getting prospects for any of those guys. You're getting players.
Henniker's, unfortunately, that injury is going to make him probably untradeable.
Yeah.
So then what do you do with Jock? What do you do with Conforto? Or do you keep these guys? Keep some veterans around to help these youngsters grow up and groom them. Now, you got all these player options, and damn, did you really have to give Conforto a player option? Did you have to give Henniker a player option after 2 years?
Well, I would have flip-flopped the contracts. Now, it's easy to say now. I mean, Conforto didn't play at all last year or half of the year before that. So it's easy to say with the information we have now, like, oh, you should have gave Conforto the 2-year deal with the third-year option.
What did Henniker play last year? 57 games?
Yeah, he's been hurt a lot. So here's what I would ask. Seattle. Can I send him back up to Seattle? You've made a zillion trades with Seattle. Can I staple Bart and something else with Haniger, eat some of the money, and move him up to Seattle?
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
But I don't know if Seattle could take on that money. That's why I think you got to eat some of it.
Yep, Keaton Wynn, first Giants pitcher to record a save in his MLB debut since saves became official in 1969 from the 650 on the Comcast Business Text
4
line.
innings.
And that was just cool to see his family there in Iowa, him get out of those innings. He had a big double play. He got out of some trouble. And to see him go out there and get that ball and to see his family and all the 200 people in that town in Iowa come down to Busch Stadium and root him on, that's what sports is all about. So you get that happening last night, and now you get Luis Matos here. Now you're starting to see the fruits of the farm system. Finally, patience is paying off. It's paying off. Now, you may not win the ultimate prize this year, but the Giants have that pass this year to where we wanted to see the youngsters. You whiff on Aaron Judge, you whiff on Carlos Correa, you don't let it happen due to the physical or whatnot. You pick up a guy like Haneker and Sean Manaea, okay, fine, whatever. But now you're seeing the youngsters. And they're playing hard. They're winning some baseball games here. That was a professional baseball win last night in St. Louis.
Yes.
And St. Louis is a mess. They're the most disappointing team in all of baseball. But, man, the Giants went out there and made them pay. And now they're going for the sweep on the road. And now you get Matos in Dodger Stadium on a Friday night with Casey Schmidt and Patrick Bailey. Hey, I heard Spinoni this morning. It's baseball season. It's heating up, folks. This is what I'm talking about here. So I'm excited for Matos, man. I really am.
You are, huh?
I'm jacked up for this.
And there's a long line. There's a long line of elite old-time players coming out of Venezuela. I don't know if he'll end up being one of those. I mean, we're all excited, but like, Bonte, when you say Venezuela and you say baseball,
yeah, it's a hotbed.
I mean, Davey Concepcion, right? I mean, you're talking about some of Tony Armas. I mean, there are some all-time players coming out. Ozzie Guillen. I know a lot of people, you say that name and it can trigger some people. But all-time Omar Vizquel is someone who played for the Giants, who was a Venezuelan player. The Giants had a couple of shortstops in the 60s and 70s coming from Venezuela. They had a huge Latin American pipeline, obviously, the Giants. So I don't know. I'm really excited for this. And maybe I'm all alone, but this is the most pumped I've been for a young player coming out of the system in a long, long time. I don't know when, but this feels different to me.